try all year and then I'm just gonna go show everyone how fast I can run. That's not.
They should build that on.
I like to let other people win now and then.
Yeah,
So I just sit and let them run the 5K.
each year. Thing.
Yeah. I like to let other people have some glory, you know?
We consider it. We're good with that.
Yeah. I like to sit in the chair,
At the finish line.
the finish line, cheer people on. I think I was 12. My first worry um showed up at 12, maybe 11. I don't know if everyone remembers, but the first thing I ever worried about was, and I can remember what I mean by my first worry was it was the first time that my playing was disrupted. That I was trying to play at recess at school, and my mind was occupied by something other than what was going on. And it was the nuclear war. They put a movie on TV called The Day After. They told us what it was going to look like the day after nuclear war. I think that was about 1984, 85. We had to watch that. And it just shook me to my core because every time I saw a plane flying over the sky, I thought that was the Russians after that. I was very concerned. The next thing that I worried about was my mother and my father. They had a fight. I had never seen them fight. And, they 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 weren't speaking to each other. This went on for maybe a month or two, and in my little kid brain, I'd already mapped out how I was going to treat my stepdad. There's going to be a divorce, and if anyone tries to be my dad again, I'm going to let them know who's who, and that he's not my father, and my dad better not start dating some floozy. And I already had it all mapped out. Um, but at 11, I was downstairs here in this house, and they didn't know that I was home or something. They thought maybe I was at a friend's, or I don't remember. Maybe they got too drunk to know that I was home, but they had been drinking that night, and it was 2 in the morning, and I could hear them up there fighting. They started talking again, but now they're fighting, and they've been drinking. And I came out of the little downstairs bedroom here, and I punched a hole in the wall underneath the. If you guys all live here, you know that there's a little hamper there. And that's how the clothes dropped through from upstairs. And I punched a little hole in the wall. My parents heard that punch in the wall, and I went up at 11 years old, and I said, "You two, sit the F down." I said, "Sit down." I said, "I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm done with you two fighting. I'm done living my life this way. I'm done being worried about you two. I'm done with all of it. You two are going to sit on this couch tonight and you're going to work it out. And we're not moving until you guys are done and you got it all worked out." And that happened. My parents responded. They sat there that night and they worked it out. And, maybe they weren't the happiest, whatever, but it didn't affect me anymore. And my family was whole again. And anyways, I'll get back to that. But you know, somebody asked me, I spoke at the Rotary last week, and after the person raised his hand, said, after you've had a son, does it change your view on addiction? And I thought that was a weird question. And I said, no, it doesn't change my view on addiction, but it changes my view on parenting. After I've had a son, I see a little different. Um, and what I mean by that is that, and I'm going to talk tonight about responsibility, but please understand that when I speak about responsibility, I'm never talking about paying your bills. I'm not talking about being responsible for your toothbrush or your telephone or your car or anything like that. When I'm talking about responsibility, what I'm speaking about is causation. I'm talking about cause, talking about being responsible for causing stuff, understanding that you are the cause. My son today he was walking to me and he's getting pretty good at it. And as I seen him wobbly and walking to me, I said, "Look at you, you're amazing." And after I told him he was amazing, you know, I thought to myself, was that the right thing to do? You see? Is that the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to do to tell him he's amazing for walking like a normal kid his age that's walking? That's what the thought process that went through my head. And I don't know. So I think a lot about the enormous impact that I have on my son. I think about almost everything that my father has ever said to me, and I can pretty much catalog all of them and remember everything that he ever said to me. I think about the things that he said to me that he was proud of me, very rarely. And I think about the things he said to me when he wasn't. And I think about the little flippant way in which he spoke to me sometimes. And now I think about my son, and I look at him, and because of what I do, because of what I've learned, I look at my son and I understand this enormous impact that I have on this human being. Like, if you go buy a car, what is your decision? Is it to keep it stock, or is it to put the new rims on it? Is it to pull out the stock radio and put the new system in? Come on in, Bailey. Come. So, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, how much of me do I instill in him? And what, just because I think it's a good quality in me, is it still okay to instill that quality in him? And as I look at my son, I am humbled by this white canvas that I can put my shit all over. And I wonder immensely and deeply the responsibility of what I'm causing in him. And then I go to all of us, and I go to like this thing about responsibility, about human beings really not understanding and how, and not understanding really how to account for yourself. Really to understand that we feel that impact on a young person like that. We know, and you can see, you understand exactly what I'm saying. But what about when he's 8? What about when he's 13? What about when he's 15? What about when he's 20? How does that change over time? In the Al Anon world of addiction, they have a phrase that they say. They say, we didn't cause it, you can't cure it, and you can't control it. I find that enormously offensive. To be a parent and say that I didn't cause my kid's addiction. Listen, you gave birth to them. And the question I have is, would they be an addict if you didn't give birth to them? So we can look and we can find causation there. You see, we see human beings. You know that when you're driving in traffic, how easy it is to look forward and go, Jesus, all these people are in my way. Do you ever sit there and think to yourself, God damn, I'm in everybody's way? Never. You see, we have this very easy time in being able to find cause in our success, how we did it. Very easy. Very easy for us as human beings to find cause and responsibility in every success. This is a blanket statement by most parents when they have an addict, and I'm not pinpointing anyone, but here's the statement. It goes like this. We have 2 kids, and they're doing tremendous college degrees. They're getting married. We have grandchildren. And then we have 1 kid that we don't know. We don't know. We know what happened with these 2. We did it right. This one, we don't know. I think we have so for me, it's always been very easy since that time when I was 11 to feel that I had an enormous cause on things. To really feel that I could cause something. And I thought that way my whole life. I thought, yeah, I can make a difference. I can cause things. And do you know that the Democrats are causing the Republicans and the Republicans cause the Democrats? Do you know that you can't have a Democrat without a Republican? So do you know that if you're a Democrat, you are causing Republicans? Do you know that if you're a Republican, you are causing the Democrats? You can't have one without the other. You should know that, just so you know. Do you know that people that hate Trump are causing Trump? You cause Trump. Do you know that people that disagree with housing first, people that disagree with it, are causing it? What is the cause of your complaints? What does a complaint cause? Have you ever had a complaint and you give it to somebody? What does it cause? Can we all figure out what a complaint causes? Have you not figured out in your life that when you tell somebody a complaint that it causes defensiveness? Have you not seen that yet? Complain about anything to anyone and see if it doesn't cause defensiveness. Ever. But yet you don't think you're causing anything. I'm going to complain about my parents. What will that cause? It will cause your parents to defend their actions. If I go home when little A's 8 and I say, you know what, little A, you never clean your room. You know what he's going to say to me? Yes, I do. Haven't you figured that out yet, that you're causing it? Do you know what I do for my job? It's 100%. I just sit with people and go, you're causing it. You're causing it. You're causing it. And if you're not causing it, you could cause it to be different. And I just sit and beg people to stop playing small with your causation. I begged people, stop saying you're not causing it. It's ridiculous. It does nothing. And then everybody comes home and says, I didn't cause it. Why? Why, as American people, are we so against responsibility? Why, if I say you're a Republican and you're causing Democrats, will every Republican say to me, no, I'm not? Can't you see 50% of the country's gone crazy? Yeah, they're gone crazy because of you. They don't like you. So that you think they're crazy because they don't like the way you think. We sit here and the whole gist of this thing, it's all over when somebody goes, you know what I should do? I should cause it to be different. And then a question arises or relief arises. And people won't get it. They love to sit in the not cause. They love to sit and say, I didn't cause it. I didn't cause it. I'm not causing it. It's happening to me. It's happening to me. It's happening to me. It's happening to me. I didn't cause it. I didn't cause it. I didn't cause it. They love it. You kids in this program, you fucking love it. And I just sit every day and say, you're causing it. No, I need to move out of that house. I'm not causing it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I didn't cause it. First thing, hey, I relapsed, but it wasn't my fault. It was found in my pocket of my jeans. Were they your jeans? They were my jeans, but I don't know why the drugs were in the pocket. My friend Phil took out a bunch of people from the program, and I said, Phil, you got to be very careful. These guys, and excuse me if I offend you, but at the time, it was about 10 years ago, and it was a little less offensive to say, but I said, you're going to take out a group of retards. I said, you got to be very careful because you're going to be working with 10 retards today, and they'll get that shit on you. They'll get retard all over you while you're working. And I go, so when I go out and I take out 10 guys that are in recovery, early recovery, they're retarded, self-induced mental retardation. And I said, so I got to be very careful because they don't think straight and they don't take responsibility. And so Phil said, no, man, don't call them that. And I said, all right, Phil, have fun today. He called me 2 hours later and he said, "Oh, we just unloaded a storage unit full of stuff. We unloaded, we took it in a house or unloaded a house and we put it all in the storage unit. When we got done, one of the guys don't have their keys to my van." And I said, "Okay, but the van's locked." "Yes." "You can't go nowhere." "Yeah." And I said, "So 11 guys would stand outside the van looking in, right?" He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, where's the keys?" Well, Brian says that he had a hole in his pocket and they must have fallen in one of the boxes. And then they put the box in the storage unit, and somewhere in the storage unit, they're going to have to unload the storage unit and get all the boxes out. I said, "Okay, I want you to look at those 10 guys standing around that van. And I want you to find a name for them." I would argue they're retards. He laughed and said, "Okay, you got me." I said, "I know." I don't understand playing small with cause. I don't understand it. You see, boundaries. The thing that offends me the most when somebody says that they need their boundaries. I need boundaries. What offends me is that what you're suggesting is that your behavior is perfect and that you need boundaries against somebody who behaves imperfectly. You see, I think we need to look at boundaries a little different. What are my boundaries with my son? And I want to define it in a little different way. It's not, what am I not going to allow him to do? It's not, how will I protect myself from my son and what behavior will I only put up to this far? And when he goes past it, what will I do to him? That's not the boundary I'm talking about. The boundary is, how much of me will I put on him? There's a boundary. How much of my concerns will I put in his head? How much of my biases will I put on him? How much of my pain will I put on him? Or will I be able to leave him stuck? Will I be able to let him be who he is? See, what am I protecting him from? Poverty? Danger? Embarrassment? Bullying? What is it exactly as a parent that I'm protecting him from? Can I let him be impoverished and broke and not put myself on him? Where is the boundary, you see? That's my question. That's what I'm humbled by. How much of me now? On the flip side of that, how much can we cause? Where is the cause? How much of other people's behavior can we put on ourselves? How far can we take it? Can we take it all the way? Can you be big enough to take it all the way? Can you live in a house with 10 people and say, I caused this shit? I can make it better. Or are you going to live in a house with, I go all the time. I send 20 people, 15 people, they go to an AA meeting. They come back playing small with cause. I say, how was the meeting? Then they say, it was okay. I say, were you there? But no one ever goes to a meeting and goes, the meeting was awesome because I was there. I caused it to be awesome. I went to the meeting and I fucking caused the shit out of the place. I can send any one of you up to Safeway right now and say, go up there and cause it to be shitty up there. And y'all figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll go, I can do that, Art. How much you gonna get paid? How much you gonna pay me? $1,000, go up to Safeway and ruin everyone's night up there. Can anyone figure it out? So you can cause it. But if I say go up to Safeway and make it a better place to be, I don't know if I'm big enough for that. I don't know if I have that in me. My biggest problem with every kid in this program, and I've summed it up because I thought about it a lot today. All I'm asking you to do is cause it. And the fight is the same every time. I'm not causing it. Yes, you are. I'm not causing it. Yes, you are. I can't cause it to be different. Yes, you can. No, I know what I'll do, Art. I'll complain about it. What does that cause? Haven't you seen that a complaint causes defensiveness? Complain about the program will get defensive. Can you get up above complaint and figure out how to cause it to be different? Can you feel that relief? You see, that's the whole gist of what we're doing here. People coming here and saying, hey, I want to cause it to be different, but I didn't cause it to be bad. I'd love to cause it to be different, but don't tell me that I caused anything. Do not say I caused anything, but I would like it to be different. And then I sit there and they go, Big Bad Art's talking again. He's telling everyone they're responsible for what happened. Saw him today, man. He was telling me that I was responsible for my life, dude. What a dick. And I'm literally supposed to sit in the room and play small with cause. At 11 years old, I was able to see that I could cause my family, my entire family, to be different. I know almost no grown 30-year-old, 40-year-old human that even believes that they can cause their parents to be different. They've given up. They've given up and fell straight to complaint. And 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds still just complaining about their parents. Complaint, defensiveness, complaint, defensiveness, complaint, defensiveness. Figure it the fuck out. You don't see it going on. You ever go complain about a coworker and have the coworker not get defensive and change? 4 people out in the smoking square. You see what dipshit's doing today? Cause it to be different. Care. What is a complaint about Trump going to do? Jesus. I would love to just play them all for the next fucking 2 years, just on a loop. Just play them. What is a complaint about the Democrats going to do? Guy gets online, Turd Ferguson. Okay, well, you're not going to make a difference ever. And you think now you're going to win him over? These guys are petty. They're not big enough to listen to your complaints about them and change. Haven't we figured that out yet? And in our own families, we have people that are still not causing their family to be okay, but yet going out and trying to change the world. You've given up on your family. You're going to go make a difference and cause the world to be different. Why don't we start with our families? Get out of the, I mean, people working at the homeless shelter with their own families in disarray. So you do think you can cause that, but you don't think you can cause this. Stop playing small with causation. That's it. I cause it. There, it's final. If I want it to be better, I can cause it to be better. If not, I shut up. It's that simple. And as soon as I don't like the way it's happening, and I complain about the way it's happening, I'm miserable until I find strategy. And as soon as I find strategy, my misery goes away, and I'm excited. So it goes from misery to strategy to excitement. It's like, wow, I hate the way it is. That sucks. Oh, how could I change it? Oh, I could do that. I love the way it is. I could change it. Real sweet. Powerful. It feels good. Feels good to actually be causing the matter of your own life. It feels good to be causing the matter of your family. It feels good to swallow the pill of regret and to understand we make mistakes. That don't mean you're a bad person. If you figured out how you could cause it, we could stop causing it. Just imagine a group of people at Al-Anon. We didn't cause it. We can't cure it. We can't control it. Then what are you talking about? Precisely what are you dipshits sitting there talking about? Well, we're talking about how we got fucked. Well, good. Do that then. Feels real good to come in and tell everybody. I had somebody the other day, they told me how their life's fucked. And I never rarely do this, but it was very relieving to me to do it. They told me how bad their life is. And at the end of the conversation, all I said was this. I go, man, I'm sorry, your life sucks. And the person goes, thank you. I just walked away. I don't want to let you in on the secret that you're causing it. See, we all can look at other people and we can always find how they're causing it. You don't let no one off the hook. Any one of your friends comes to you and goes, oh, this person's treated me this way. Then you go, well, I saw you do that. We don't let no one off the hook. No one lets me off the hook. Angie sure don't let me off the hook. Especially after tonight. This is all we're here for. We admitted we were powerless and our life's unmanageable. Absolutely correct. You didn't cause it, correct? That's what you believe. So what is the answer to power? Cause. The answer to powerlessness is causation. It is that simple. That little 11-year-old me didn't worry after that day. I put my mind at ease. And I got a real sense of accomplishment to be able to say, listen, even my parents I can cause to change. Even my parents will listen to me if I say it hard enough, if I say it right enough, if I put enough truth into it. It can get done. Responsibility. You know, I seen a guy the other day at a college basketball game. He shot the ball. You see? He shot the ball and it missed over the back, almost missed the backboard, but it hit way high up on the backboard. And then it bounced in, a three. It was just a brick that he, you know, he like this. He like this, celebrating himself. Like, dude, you missed. You know, we should really actually take a look and say there is more mystery in our success than there is in our failures. Think of how everything has to line up for our success. You see? Now, if that guy missed that shot, he'd say some shit like the wind took it. But when we make it, we never say the wind was perfect. When we get the promotion, when we have our family, when our kids end up in college with a master's degree, shit lined up, and nobody talks about how all the shit must have lined up really well for that and how lucky we are. But if they don't get the master's degree, we can find the cause in one little thing. That's to the blame right there. So now we go on to what we're doing here. We're figuring out how to make change and how to be cause in some change, which then actually looks like this. You know, with my son right now, there's one level of responsibility that you all can share in. That's what should I do? That's the first level of responsibility. What should I do? What do we have to do to keep him alive? What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? As a parent, you got to ask, what should you do? You see? But there's a level of responsibility that takes over that's different. More causation. It's not just what should we do, it's how should we be? How should we be? Now that should humble you. Because see, what should we do with our son is pretty clear. We should feed him and clothe him, and we should make sure he doesn't hit his head, and we should do this, and we should do that. But when he does something amazing, how should we be? Should we say it's amazing, or will he stop at amazing and not do anything better because he got what he wanted? Now that's a humbling question because I don't know the answer. You see, how to be is a humbling question. It's more of a game with something to say, I'm going to be this way as cause, and I'm going to see cause and effect. I'm going to see how the world plays with me. If I'm this way, how does the world play with me? If I'm this way in the relationship, how does it play? If I'm this way with my boss, how does it play? If I'm this way with my coworker, how does it play? And if I'm this way with my friend, how does it play? If I'm this way with my family member, how does it play? Compared to when I'm this way with them. And now it takes a deeper level of cause and effect. But we're really struggling with this thing of cause and effect. We're really not seeing how we cause and affect things. I don't think anyone's really looking, when I speak on this panel, what I want to tell them all is that you can sit up here and tell everyone what to do. But the problem isn't what to do. The problem is how to be. How do I be to get people to do what to do that I want them to do? Now that's a little different level. So if I have all the right answers in what to do with the homeless problem, the problem is I don't know how to be to get them to listen to me. If I have all the right answers with my kid and I know what they should do, but I'm struggling with the power of them listening to me and they don't listen to me. Well, that's because you're not asking the question, how should I be? So it's not just what should I do? You see, most humans, they stop at this is what I should do, and then it doesn't go to my way, and now a complaint forms and it's over. I told them, I asked, I tried that, Art. That's what I hear every time. Hey, did you go talk to that person about this and that? Yeah, I tried talking to them. They didn't listen. They don't listen. Hey, did you tell your kid that? Yeah, I told him this. He doesn't listen. Well, you might have to tell it 10 different ways, and you might have to be 10 different people to get it done. But I promise when you're spending more of your time considering how to be than what to do, you'll feel better. And this cause thing is a real problem for folks because no one wants to cause nothing. Could we sit here right now in this room and do a hunger strike for the next 4 months and get noticed and cause something? I bet we could. And we're just a small group of people. Could we do a hunger strike and get something done? Well, one man did back in the day. See, you grapple with it. I grapple with the enormous responsibility I have for this little being in my house and then the smallness that I am out here. It's a contradiction. But how big could we be? And who is in this room asking himself, how big can you be for your family rather than what boundaries you have? How big can you be? How limitless can you be? How far can you stretch to make a difference? Who will you become to make a difference? How closely will you look at yourself to see what you cause in other people? How closely will that scared, insecure person be when they're surrounded by their boundaries that someone goes, that's why I cheat on you? Because of your scared, insecure way, it actually perpetuates it. Your fear causes fear. Could you believe that? Could a man who sits silent actually see what he's causing? Can a father who sits silent with a highly dominant mother and a father that sits silent, can that father look at himself and see what he's caused? Can you see what you caused? You caused something with that silence. You see? You caused something with that. Maybe you caused that kid to look up and not know what's going on. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he started acting out, seeing if he could get dad to talk. So maybe you caused something. Maybe each one of us in this room causes it. But you don't look. You want to be not to blame. This cause thing is big. And it takes a direct look above yourself to see what you caused. And I'm telling you, it's nasty stuff when you see it, really. It sucks. It's not that fun. I spend my days wondering. Oh, Max just told me a story. He had to make a decision yesterday when Addie came to him and said, I don't want to go to school. Addie came to him and said, Dad, I don't want to go to school. Max said, you got to go to school. She said, Dad, I don't want to go. About an hour later, she said, Dad, I'm sick. He said, you're faking it. You're going to school. She's now in the hospital with pneumonia.
Oh, God. Good job, Max.
But he's got to see that there. He's got to understand the enormous impact that he has. Now he's got to take a look at himself and see cause and effect. So this helping other people shit has cause and effect to it. It has me living in regret a long time. What if I should have had more limits? I shouldn't have went out that far with this person. I should have been different. Now, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying think about it. Think about what you're causing. If you want to say, I'm not causing none of it, everyone's responsible for themselves, fine. Say that then. I take a kid in this program, I decide, hey, I'm going to do some drugs tonight, kiddo. You want to come with me? He comes. He dies. Did I cause it? Me, personally, I'm going to think I did. You kids, you go out and get high with each other, you never fucking think you caused it. Because you're playing small with causation. But if you really look at you kids that done fentanyl. How many friends did you kill? I'm sorry. How many did you allow to die instead of grabbing it and saying, don't? Eat that. How many people you sell drugs to? There's a lot to take on. What if everybody felt that they were causing the matter? Wouldn't we have a better world? Wouldn't people be a little observant? You see? My father just knew what to do. I don't know if he ever questioned how to be. I just don't think he did. My dad didn't have the humility to question himself. I think we're evolving as people. I think you all are sitting in this room as evolved parents thinking about that question. That's the evolution of parenting. And that's how these kids all got us now. They all know we're questioning how to be. And they see it as a weakness, and it's like blood in the water. I can see you questioning yourself. I'm coming after you right now. I'm going to. Yeah. Oh, were you thinking that you might be a bad parent? You are! I can see you thinking you might be a bad parent. Just want to let you know you are. Got your ass. Got your ass. Yeah. 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 I don't think anybody in this room is unclear about what I'm saying with little a. About the real enormity of it. And I'm more worried about the positives than the negatives. The other day she sent me the video and he gives her the little ring from the toy. Then he gives her another one. And Angie's playing in the video and she goes, "Oh, thank you, little A. Oh, thank you, little A." And I typed into my messaging with Angie and I said, "Look at him. He's a little giver." And I thought a lot about that because I thought, what if we begin to call him a giver? And what if little A starts adopting this idea that he's a real giver? And what if he takes it too far and starts people pleasing and being a little fraud? Start running around giving shit just to get a little praise from mom and dad. You see? On the same token, what if I tell him he's chubby? Oh, look at little A, he's chubby. And he spends his entire life going to the gym trying not to be chubby. It's real shit. It's real shit. Well, don't tell him that. You see, run around thinking he's all adorable and shit. You know?
And it goes to the head.
Yeah.
Don't you think, I mean, basically what I hear you say is, yeah, obviously, if you tell your kid you're a shit all the time, they're gonna believe that. But also, if you tell your kid that he's the best,
They're gonna believe that?
they're gonna believe that
Yeah.
too, and that isn't necessarily.
It's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm exactly.
Yeah.
And what I'm more saying is nobody knows. What I'm more saying is it's a little humbling thing, but if we could at least get to a place where we do look at ourselves as cause, and then we do see that cause and see the effect. That wow, what a thing to look at. Rather than what we're looking at. What we're looking at seems to be how we're affected by the causes. And what our minds seem to be focused on is all the causes, and none of it's us. And so everyone's talking. If you look at Facebook, they're not talking about how they're causing the matter. You know, it's baffling how many people say we need a president that doesn't spread hate. I hate Donald Trump. Okay, well, you can't fight hate with hate. No, I don't. I'm not saying I love Trump. I'm just saying that's what people do. I hate Donald Trump. Please don't spread hate. What in the hell just happened here? And they can't see how their hate is causing him to hate them. And they can't see how we're causing this stuff. And only when some person would look at how they're causing it would we get a change. If we could get one politician that sees that complaining about the Democrats isn't the way to change. If we could get one person that could say, you know what a complaint really causes is someone to dig their heels in and defend themselves. And it gets worse when I do that. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to relate to the other side again. I need to find a way to be bigger. I need to find a way to see another perspective. I've got to be caused in the matter, and to do so, I'm willing to sacrifice my own stance that I'm currently taking. I'm going to change my stance. I'm going to go over here when I used to be over here. I'm going to see that being over here doesn't work anymore. I'm going to try a new strategy. My kid's been out there for years. It's time to do something different. I saw, is it Kelly, right? I saw Kelly down at the thing. She have at breakfast. I told her something, though. I didn't know if I told you this. I told her, when I come into contact with a family that hasn't seen their kids in 2 years and there just becomes a little energy to it, usually that something happens in the case within a couple weeks. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. But I'm saying that's just how it works. When somebody begins to show the world a different strategy, different energy comes in. It works that way. Get out of your stance. What is your current stance that you're taking causing? And parents and children, kids, we got 30-year-old kids, 35-year-old kids still complaining about their parents. Give me a break. Really? What stance are you taking? Doesn't anyone know this? Just so you know. Do you know what causes a better friend? Being a better friend. That's what causes a better friendship. That's the only thing that causes a better friendship. You know what causes a better boss? Being a better employee causes a better boss. Complaining never causes a better boss. Never in the history of the world has that happened. Being a better son or daughter causes a better parent. Being a better parent causes a better son or daughter. We can all agree to that, can't we? It's pretty clear. But we forget. We forget to hold ourselves as the cause. We forget because it's dominating. Because staying in the causation position is dominating. It's too much. And we vent our way out of it. We vent to get out of that position because it's just too much and it hurts too much and the domination feels like too much. So we got to vent and say, I can't be causing this. But when you get it all vented out and all that energy is gone, can you just sit with yourself and find where you're causing it? Can you find that point? Because as soon as you find that point, it's all over. As soon as you find that point, it gets better. Can I sit down here with these kids? Can we sit in here have an adult conversation about how we're causing it? Or is it going to continually be how you're not causing it? How you're getting screwed? And times are tough, and especially what I told you guys last week, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And by the tough getting going, what I'm saying is when the tough get going, they start causing shit. That's what it means. When the tough gets going, the tough start causing new shit to go. And I start having to take a look at how I've caused it to be not how I wanted it to be. What got me here? It's a scary proposition when you start accounting for yourself. You can really look back at your life with some regret, but don't. Don't. You're only looking at how you caused it so that you can make it better. You're not looking at it so that you can feel sorry for yourself. You see, but there's my little son. What am I going to do? Am I going to keep them stock rims on that thing, or I'm going to try to put some art flash on it? You know, when you put the new rims on it, it starts wearing out the axle and shit. Your car gets all screwed up. Maybe that's what I'll do to it. You shouldn't have put these other rims on it. We can't even fix this shit now. Your car's transmission's all ruined. Those stock rims or those fancy rims look good for a little while, though. Am I gonna leave that stock radio in that little A, or am I gonna pop my own speakers so he booms? It's a humbling question and it's a scary proposition. Because I still do need to protect him. But see, the boundary for me is what am I protecting him from? See, it's my boundary for him, not him for me. It's how far am I willing to go to protect him before I'm putting myself on him? How much can I stay back and just let him be him? Till he gets too close to that stove. Then what do I do? See? Woo! Playing small with causation. So we got. In other words, powerlessness. Powerlessness equals when I play small with my causation. When I don't look at how I cause things, when I don't account for myself, I become powerless.
Yep.
I become victims. I become small. It's the fight that I've been fighting with you. It's the fight that I've been fighting with everyone. Stop playing small with what you're causing. Please. I care about you enough to tell you that you're bigger than that. I care about you enough to tell you that shit is your cause. And if somebody tells you they care about you, but they're not letting you be cause in your own life, and they're not directing you to cause your own life, they're more worried about the way they feel. See? Telling people that they're cause in their life sucks. It makes you feel like shit about yourself. Telling people that they're victims and they got screwed, oh, that's easy. Anyone can sit in a room and go, oh, that's happened to me too. Anyone can do that shit and get all the luxuries of feeling that goodness. But it's difficult to sit there with someone and go, look, man, you got to take a look, and I got to be honest with you, man. Your cause and effect is distorted. Mine's distorted in a different way. I think I cause too much. I might take too much shit. I think everything's my fault. Parents call me and say, do you know they're not wiping thoroughly over at the Kent house? I'm like, oh my God, what have I done wrong?
Seriously.
We got to get them wiping better over there. We haven't even been watching. That's how I am. I'm a bad leader. I haven't even been having Max watch them wipe.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sometimes parents call me and go, Art, do you know what's going on over at the military house? And I go, you mean the house with 13, 30, and 40-year-olds? You mean that house? The house with people in their 30s and 40s and they all got beards and shit? And I'm supposed to know what goes on there when I don't even live there? But you're not holding your kid responsible for what goes on there, but rather me?
We don't know.
I never had the luxury of my parents not holding me responsible. I remember calling them no matter what happened. Hey, Dad, what did you do? I never even got, oh, Dad, I didn't do it. Bullshit. You did it. I didn't even get a chance to explain myself. Dad, my teacher said I gotta, what did you do? Nowadays, they ain't like that. Hmm. What did you do to my kid? Playing small with causation. It's not something to play loose with. It's a very serious matter. I don't know anything more serious than what we're causing in our own life. I don't know anything more serious than taking a look at ourselves and seeing how what we do plays out in the world and what that causes. I had somebody today. I was. This is a real estate investor, and he's been on my Facebook, and he's a kind of an acquaintance. And it I gave the person a text and asked them to meet with me, and they just kind of discounted me. They just discounted me and said, I don't basically, they said, I only have time. Why don't you just give me your question on text and I'll try to help you. And everything inside of me wanted just to go, fuck you. But I have to look and see how I'm causing that. What is he seeing in me? How do I need to be to get the help I need from this person? What respect do I need to earn? How do I communicate better with this person so that I can get what it is that I want out of the relationship? How do I cause it to be different? Or do I just say, you prick? But I don't mean to. This is natural. It's dominating. I'm not here to. I'm not here to belittle, or I'm not. I hope I'm not. I'm here to say you're bigger and kind of this dominating world of addiction, and it humbles us. And what we all went through has humbled us. It's called incomprehensible demoralization. That's what this thing does. That's what it's called. It humbles us to a point where it destructed and came into all of our lives and proved to be an opponent that ripped us apart. And to sit here with it now and account for ourselves is tough. Believe me, this room is rare. Not many people are sitting in a room talking about addiction and talking about accounting for themselves. It's not something people enjoy, especially family members. And so it's an honor for me to people either take my abuse for an hour and understand that I know what abuse you're taking here and I know it's hard to take it, but we're better for it. And thank you for allowing me to abuse you, and to suggest that, even the suggestion that the start of drug addiction or the cause of drug addiction would be birth, is is a big one. But I've never known any drug addicts that weren't born. So, so, maybe it is the cause. And that'd be okay. And so it's okay to be the cause of something is okay. It's okay. Really. To be the cause of destruction is okay. To be the cause of greatness is okay. To succeed is okay. To be the cause of failure is okay. It's all okay. To cause yourself to miss is the same as to cause yourself to make it. It's okay. Can you feel the same in both instances? Can you just get right back to strategy and go, that one missed? Or do we harbor it and say, I'm a bad person because I failed or I did it wrong? No, now you're taking advantage of it. Now you're self deprecating. Don't do that. Just go cause it to be different. It's okay. You don't get to take the failure and monopolize it and say that you had it and you got gypped. And no, don't do that. I don't get to go sit at the kid's funeral and make it about me and say, what did I do wrong? And I'm so sorry and be self deprecating. I get to go and go, you know what? I got to get back because of this. What should I have done differently? I had a kid that killed himself a couple years ago or last summer. Connor. I think about him almost every day. Whenever I hear the word suicide, whenever I hear anything, I think about Connor and I go, damn it. I should have been different. Damn it. I should have tried harder. Now I know. But I don't get to take his death as my story, make it about me. I just should have been different. Now I'll be better. I'll see a kid struggling the way he was and maybe understand it a little more. I'll understand that. Can't you understand not having the energy for this? I understand. I don't really have suicidal thoughts, but I understand not having the energy for this sometimes. So I can really relate. Well, now I'll relate. But this cause thing is a fun thing to play around with. You know, it's a dance with life. When I'm this way, life's this way. You know, when I really take on the responsibility and no longer saying it's not what I do. What you do doesn't matter. It's how you're being while you do it that matters. So let's graduate to that level. You can tell me, you know, I remember people used to say, Art, you can say anything to people. But if I say it, it goes this way or that way. But you get to say anything to people. Yeah, it's not what I say, it's how I'm being while I say it. One time a kid was leaving the program to go to work and he had just gotten in a fight with Travis. Him and Travis had gotten in a fight in the med room before they left. And Travis, the kid was walking out, and Travis goes, "Have a nice day."
Yeah.
Well, he might not have said it completely like that, but however he said it, he said, "Have a nice day." The guy came back, turned around, and punched Travis. I said, "Travis, what did you say to him?" He said, "I just said, have a nice day." He didn't. He said, "Have a nice day." You see, it ain't what we're doing, it's how we're being while we're doing it. You know? He said, "Oh, I told him it was have a nice day." And he came back and punched me. I go, "Yeah, right." He's struggling with cause and effect. He doesn't want to be cause. He wants to switch to cause. We're like that kid sitting home alone. We break the lamp with the basketball. Mom and dad come home. I didn't do it. What? My dad and mom were fighting because my dad was missing $100. I had stolen it out of his wallet. I pretty much had my dad convinced that I didn't do it. I said, "Dad, mom's must be." Maybe mom's hitting sauce again, Dad. You know. Ah, cause and effect. Let me find my power. Let me find my ground. Let me have a core of my recovery. The core of my recovery is strategy and cause. Let me be right there with the responsibility of me. And if we all find that, we all get better. Time ready to go? Man, I can run on and on and on.
Say, there's Tuesdays in the month of March, so heads up, the next is April. So it's not every other week, it's the first and third Tuesday of the month, the solution group, so note that, actually.
I just want to say thank you for letting me abuse you a little bit today. I understand this isn't a safe space. If you want this place to be safe, it's not. It's responsible in its cause and effect. And I think it really suits us all to understand the impact that each one of you have in this room when you walk in, and how you've impacted me tonight. And, people don't even understand this. When you go into a room, just so you guys know that you matter, that you really matter. When you go into a meeting or a room, or you go to dinner, you're in a room with people and you go like this, you have an enormous impact on that room. You say to the entire room that you're not important people, that my phone is more important than all of you. And people don't understand how it sucks the energy out of a room. So when you kids are sitting up there and you're on your phones, you have an enormous impact on each other. And when you go to the meeting and you get on your phone, you have an enormous impact on that meeting. And when you're in a business meeting and you're at work and your boss is talking, you get on your phone, you're telling him you don't respect him. So just think of that, how little that is and how much causation that has to it. and how people look at you and see that you're on your phone and go, oh, that person's very disrespectful or they're not a respectful person. It's that simple. I have had to learn to leave my shit in the car or I will be disrespectful. It's impossible addiction. All right, thank you guys.
You are.